Welcome back, everyone. So now, let's meet some of this year's honorees in their own words.
I think being smart comes down to being humble. When you're smart, you realize how much there is that you don't know. And I think that's what makes someone smart is willing to learn. And that's what our organization is all about.
We have a great vision that we are big enough to matter, yet small enough to care. And we adhere to that. We put our resources, we put our blood, sweat, and tears, and we adhere to that to be very student-centered and focused. And as a result, we have a great impact in our community.
Our core values that we live each and every day, and really our care for our team. We really want to take care of our team, and they in turn will take care of our customers.
By virtue of the fact that our board of directors as a nonprofit is required to be made up of a majority of patient users of the clinics. And we have a great staff that I have to give credit to on finding innovative methods.
Our emphasis on leveraging all of the knowledge base in our network to really drive our portfolio companies forward, using everything we have from our team members to all of our LPs to really help get our companies past all of the hurdles that they're going to face down the road.
For us in forest management, the act of sustainably managing forests creates a commodity product. So we've incorporated that into our business model so that we have rolling capital and we can reinvest the revenue from forest products back into more conservation work.
Recently, we finished up a 3-year project to completely change our entire manufacturing process. We changed materials, we changed equipment, which has resulted in a 30% reduction in staff and a 300% increase in capacity.
Most of the business that we have is working for our federal government, the military services, and the intelligence community. And we're always about developing solutions that can increase efficiency, increase productivity, and essentially help make the world safer and more productive.
The product development that we have, which is a 12-month constant ongoing process, putting product into the market that is cutting edge and provides companies with a different view and a different look and a different feel in their offices. And we scour the globe for those types of products.
I think if you're not, any individual or any company, if they're not learning new things, you're going backwards. So I think we have to constantly be learning new things, trying to get more efficient, get smart, as you said, smarter, and just do things better.
If you're not evolving and changing and innovating, then what happens is your employees don't feel excited to work with you. And it directly affects your long-term sustainability and success.
If you don't provide innovation, whether it be computer systems, technology in your trucks, or just driver technology, you're going to get left behind and eventually you won't be here.
We collaborate is just totally different. And if you don't innovate and you don't change, you're going to end up like Kodak did, over all these years,
I think you see it a lot, even in books from like Good to Great. A lot of those tremendous companies don't continue to innovate and make the investments that they need to. They're going to be left in the dust. So, plain and simple.
Wow, that was inspirational, to say the least. So sustainability or sustainable business practices are those that lead to forging an organization that's built to last. Now, whether that's through ESG or simply laying the foundation for the future, thinking about what's next for a company beyond today ensures its long-term growth. To tell us about this year's honoree in the sustainability category, please welcome Nathan Maciosi of USI.
Thank you, Dustin. On behalf of USI, we are elated to support this year's Smart 50 Awards program. At USI, Our sustainability is rooted in providing cutting-edge solutions so our clients can continue to invest and grow themselves. Today, it's my honor to announce this year's Sustainability Award honoree, Pam Petro, CEO of Vector Security. Let's learn some more. Pam, congratulations, and thank you for taking some time to sit down with us today.
Absolutely. It's an honor to be able to participate.
Well, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So you lead a company with more than 50 years behind it. Tell us, how have you been, helping adapt and evolve the company to continue to meet the expectations of the market and your customers?
Well, I'd say it starts with staying aware of the changes in your market so that you can adjust and remain relevant. And that includes technology, your competitors, and I think customer expectations. So 50 years ago, we installed and supported hardwired security and fire alarm systems in both the commercial, but only the high-end residential market. And technology changes have allowed us to expand our product and service offerings and to meet the changing expectations of our customers. So residentially, customer expectations are now more holistic. They want a single solution for security and home automation that is intuitive and creates lifestyle enhancements. So today, we continue to offer burglar and fire alarm systems, but they're integrated with thermostats, lighting controls, garage doors, doorbell video, and internal and external cameras, as all on a single integrated app. So commercially, we're able to take advantage of technology improvements using artificial intelligence in our video offerings, integrated environmental controls, access control, in addition to traditional burglary and fire. So by embracing technology changes, we have new and improved solutions that have helped us add value to our offerings, in addition to the protection of life and property. In addition to technology adoption, you also must listen to your customers and understand their challenges so you can provide solutions. Customers' needs have changed and will continue to change. So today, we're looking at saving on utility bills, the ability to access their video from anywhere, exception-based alerts, and a lot of other features that make running their home or managing their business easier. And we can provide those. But finally, you need to remind yourself and your teams to stay open-minded. Watch for new entrants and respect the disruption. See it as an opportunity to look at your business through a different lens. It's really important. How can you get better? To sustain your business over a long haul, you can't just do what you've always done. You have to adapt, and you have to evolve.
So Pam, Vector Security is known as a great place to work. Tell us, what have you been able to put in place to attract and retain employees and make Vector an employer of choice?
Well, I think there are a number of different things. I think the first thing is that our team really feels that the work that they do is important and that it matters. At our core, we protect life and property, whether it's your home or a business. And our installation and sales teams, they go into places that may have recently been victimized, and they help restore peace of mind. Our service and our monitoring teams are there 24/7 with our customers, and they respond to help them in times of crisis. So all you have to do in our organization is interact with a single customer that had an incident, whether it's a fire, a burglary, a medical emergency, a holdup. You truly understand what we do as a team at Vector, that it makes a difference. So I think that's really a big part of it. Secondly, our culture is a big part of who we are. Our team is committed to our purpose, which is that we exist to make our world more secure, connected, and empowered, one customer at a time. Our products and services are integrated into our customers' lives, both at work and at home. And we're able to live our values every day through that. So our values are that we win as a team, we do the right thing, we make a difference every day, we get it done, and we think big. So every person in our organization in every position is important. And I think lastly, we monitor compensation and benefits to make sure our team has a competitive package. This gets paired with training and development opportunities so they can have a thriving career here at Vector.
Pam, as a leader, what are you doing today to lay the foundation for the future, whether it's the next generation of leadership or for the company itself?
Well, we're making investments in our people and in our infrastructure. So I'll start with infrastructure. We're in the process of implementing a new company-wide ERP and CRM platform. So the tool will allow us to automate and streamline all our business processes, resulting in a better customer experience and the ability for our team to focus on the things only people can do. This will also increase our ability to integrate with our customers' platforms. So as we head down this road, we've had the opportunity to look at every step of our processes and ask ourselves, why do we do it this way? Is there a better way? What will this look like in the future? All of this discussion forces us out of our comfort zone and doing things just because that's the way we've always done it. We've already seen success from all these efforts and know that this approach and implementation will effectively position us really to handle growth that we expect to have in the coming years. And from a people perspective, in today's world, in order to survive, you must have a workforce that is current on technology and can rapidly learn and adapt. We continue to refine our training programs to make sure that we're giving our team the tools that they need to be successful. We're also constantly working to improve our recruitment strategies, our hiring, and our development. It's tough to find people, but we don't want to compromise. So when we find someone that's the right person, we need to make sure that they're onboarded and that you make the proper investment in them in order to retain them. We're also investing in our next generation of leaders with leadership development programs and developing career paths so they can see a long and bright future at Vector because they are our future.
Pam, thanks so much. And thank you for joining us today. And thank you for sharing so much insight about what Vector Security is doing today to lead a very sustainable organization into the future.
Thank you. It's been a privilege.
Well, congratulations, Pam. It's been a strange and challenging period of time since March 2020. But if there's a silver lining, it's that we, as executives, entrepreneurs, and business owners, have learned a lot about ourselves. We've learned a lot about our companies. We've learned a lot about our team members and our industries. So it's with this in mind that we're elated to recognize a regional leader with this year's COVID Pivot Award. That recognizes one leader's ability to change direction with his or her company and to meet the challenges presented by the pandemic. Now, it's my honor to announce that this year's COVID Pivot Award honoree is Michael Snyder, co-owner and EVP of Air Ground Express. Let's learn more from Michael. Michael, congratulations again on being named not only to this year's Smart 50 list, but to being named one of the specialty award winners in the COVID Pivot category.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the honor.
So, Michael, you were part of an LBO to assume ownership of the company right before the pandemic hit. Can you talk about how you and a few partners acquired the business and what your goals were before the pandemic?
Basically, myself and the two other majority owners, we've worked for Air Ground Express for various lengths of time. Myself personally, I've been with the company since 1985 in various roles. Through the course of time, the original owner decided it was time to sell out. At that time, myself and the two majority owners now became minority owners of Air Ground Express. When those gentlemen decided that it was time for them to part ways, myself, James Daly, and Patrick Hobbs stepped up to take the majority ownership. And we also have two minority owners, which are Raleigh Kane and Rich Mogan. Basically, our goals at that time were to get it back to, let's say, what it was originally, a very service-oriented, employee-involved environment, which basically meant that our first step was we needed to get the employees on board with what we were trying to do. Granted, that wasn't always the easiest thing to do because, let's face it, employees are told a lot of things over the course of time, and so they become a little gun shy. But through a series of meetings and various hands-on with them, it turned out that we started to get those employees more and more involved. The other thing that we wanted to do was make the company grow and prosper. We found that even though we were minority owners before, being a majority owner gave us access to a little bit more information. And at that time, we were able to start working with our suppliers and the various vendors and start looking at the actual cost of what we were doing. So we started working with them on trying to streamline our expenses. In order to help that, we got our management, our under management involved at the various terminals, giving them access to the various reports and invoices and repair logs such as that. Anytime we purchased something for their terminal, we let them know right up front what the cost was and what their monthly expense was going to be. So it got them more involved to better start controlling their cost and keeping things growing by making sure they kept hands on what they were actually buying. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, I don't really need that new item right now. I can make this one last. So there was a learning tool which helped us to continue to grow. The other thing was to reevaluate all of our business that we were doing.
Yeah, and
Take
then
what was profitable and eliminate what wasn't.
no, it makes a lot of sense. And then the pandemic hits. You guys are in a business where a lot of the economy was shuttered. How did you change where your focus was to get through from there to now?
The old saying, baptism by fire. Basically, we were just like, we were like everybody else. Okay, it's just another flu. It's the swine flu. It'll come, it'll go, and we'll just, continue on. Then we started to see the reality of what it actually was doing and what some of the steps were being taken. Our first goal was to try and keep our employees working for as much as we could. Granted, we were considered a necessity, but our clients around us weren't. So we were actually allowed to be open when most of our customers were closed. So we sort of had to start looking real long and hard at different avenues. Basically, we started pursuing different business that maybe in the past we hadn't. We kind of became Monty Hall. If you threw a business option out there, we would look at it and we would wheel and deal so that it made us money. Some of it was not in our normal wheelhouse, but we adapted to it. One of those items was charters that started coming into the Pittsburgh airport with the PPE equipment on it. Something we had done years and years and years ago, but not recently. So we took on that venture of breaking down these charters. We got temporary warehouse space at a reduced cost. We got temporary help in there, plus the employees that we had. It was like, okay, you're not driving today. You're going to help break down an aircraft. So once we did that, that opened the door for some of these other aircraft that started coming in. They were pursuing us to start doing that as well.
And so what does it look like today then, Mike, as you look forward?
Well, right now we're like everybody else. If you read the papers or watch the news, there's about a shortage of roughly 80,000 truck drivers. I think that's a low figure. That is our new challenge now. Basically, since we took over the company, we went boom, bust, boom. And in the second boom, though, we're not having the employees for various reasons. You have a lot of the people that, because they have children either in daycare or school, they can't come back to the office yet. They still have to try and figure out a way. And we can't really offer work from home because of the way our business runs. So we've had employees that can't come back to work because of their childcare needs. We've had some others that just chose not to come back to work right now. So, and that's for whatever reason. What we have seen though is a very, a very cautious, slow regrowth. And whereas we have been watching what we take back on, because with the shortage, there's a lot of people that are just saying, hey, have we got the deal for you? And you have to really look at it hard and close to make sure it is actually a deal that's going to be good for Air Ground Express, our employees, and our bottom line. So right now, the future looks really good. We've started working a couple more charters here in the last couple of weeks. And we're starting to actually see some more drivers come into the pool. So that's helped out, but unfortunately you might gain two and lose one to another company, but that's just the nature of the beast right now.
Sharing your story with us, it sounds like we're going to be watching you for a while as you continue this growth pattern you're back on. Congratulations again, and thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Once again, I really appreciate that the award, both for myself, the other owners, and all of our employees that really made it possible.
Well, congratulations, Michael. Next, ladies and gentlemen, is the second of our two networking breaks. For the next 10 minutes, You're encouraged to network with your fellow attendees. Now, whether that means just having a conversation with your current table mates or jumping to a new table and a new conversation, we'd love for you to talk about how each of your organizations has changed because of COVID and what you're looking forward to most next year. We'll see you back here shortly.